Day 1220. Look at how beautiful it is outside. It's like God painted the sky. It's beautiful. Just getting ready to shower and jump on my group call. I left church yesterday. I felt so overwhelmed, so frustrated, so unfocused. It's the worst feeling in the world. I feel like how the enemy gets me better than anything is getting me unfocused and not committed and not finishing things and following through. It's just this uncommitment, and it just it hit me, and I felt so overwhelmed. So I just had to go home, and I was just driving home talking to God, and took a nap, and then woke up. Actually, before I took a nap, because I'm tired, because I'm fasting. I haven't eaten anything in 4 days, so I don't have a lot of energy. But I was just writing stuff out, okay, what does God put in front of me? And it's just so obvious. It's so stupid, right in front of my face. And I've said it already, this group coaching program. And I had to actually write out the opportunity of it. It's there's 200 people. There's one church, one pastor, and an influencer. The pastor is a pastor, but he's also an influencer. And there's 200 of God's people that God has put me in front of and has called me to steward and help them live into their potential and their greatness and find their calling and do all these things. And it's just it's right there. It's right in front of me. Yet somehow I'm trying to work on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And that's what I've realized, something that the enemy uses. Look how beautiful that is. Something that the enemy uses to stop me and hold me back is, and something I use against myself, is always what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? So I rarely finish anything. I'm really good at starting, horrible at finishing, because I'm always just what's next? What's next? What's next? And it's so frustrating because you never finish anything. And when you don't finish anything, you feel like you don't make any progress. When you don't make any progress, your confidence is down, and you just don't see any results. You don't see any fruit being produced. And so it was just this huge awakening of I need to not worry about what's next and focus on what's now, and that's it. And it's really letting go of control. I always want to plan things because I want to have some sense of control, and that's not how I'm called to live. And the Bible says it's better to finish something than it is to start something. And I think a huge transition with what I'm going through in the next level of my life is to be a finisher. I've always been a starter. I've always started things, but I've rarely finished things. And I look at the things that I've gone all in on and that I've really committed to, and it's amazing, the things that have been accomplished and the things that I've created and the businesses that I've launched and all these things. And man, it's like the gates of heaven. And it's just man, if I just commit and go all in on this group coaching program, what will it look like? And the crazy thing is, my mind, I'm just trying to focus on the next thing and the next thing because I got to make money. And it's just writing out yesterday, okay, after I do this group coaching program with these people, I'm going to offer them an extended coaching where it's okay, now you found your calling. Now I'm going to offer you guys a 90-day program where you can actually live into your calling, because that's the hardest part. Finding Mount Everest is easy. Climbing it is hard. You need a Sherpa to do that, and I'm going to be your Sherpa over these next 90 days to make sure that in 90 days from now, you're actually living into your calling. You've launched that business, you've created that community, whatever it is. And so that's right there, and I'm going to charge $2,500 per person, and I'll let them break it down into 12 monthly payments if they need to. And it's I'm just doing the numbers, and if just 10 people sign up, that's cool. If 10 people sign up, that's $25,000. If 20 people sign up, that's $50,000. If 30 people sign up, that's $75,000. What am I? It's Chris, wake up. Wake up. What are you thinking? And it was just I was so frustrated with myself last night. Get out of this mind funk that you get into, just going in circles and chasing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and focus on what God has given you right now, and steward what God has given you right now. because he has given you an entire church. He's given you 200 people, and he's given you a pastor who is also an influencer and has 1.6 million followers that could be impacted by this. And it's like, why are you trying to go to the next thing? Why are you focused on the next thing? Focus on the now thing, the opportunity that God has put in front of you. God is trusting you to steward these 200 people. Like, he's trusting you to steward them. It's your job and responsibility to steward them. But yet you're trying to move on to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And man, it's just a habit that I've gotten into and been in most of my life. And it's very destructive because I rarely complete anything. I rarely see the fruit of things because I don't complete them. And I rarely see the success of anything because I don't see it all the way through. So it's just like, man, just such a reality check. I was like in tears yesterday, just frustrated with myself. Like, man, this is such a stronghold that the enemy has against me. It's just such a spiritual chain that's wrapped around me that has just happened most of my life. And I look at the times when I have committed fully, gone all in, and I'm laser focused, and I'm like, have that single pointed vision, and the results that got produced were crazy in such a short amount of time. And I felt so confident and successful, and I had financial abundance and all these things. And so I just, man, it was painful, so painful to see it yesterday, and to see it, and just, it's just like all you could do is like, oh my gosh, and just so frustrated. And it's like crazy frustrated, but really, really excited because I have to go all in. And so I started writing down all these ideas of how I can serve these people powerfully over these next 3 weeks, and the things that I can do. And, you know, I could be sending them videos during the week and emailing them out videos. I can add them to a text thing. I could create a group. I can give them tools and tactics to actually step into these things that they're learning. There's so many things I can provide. And it's like, this is an amazing opportunity. Like, this pastor is connected with other pastors, and he's already said he's going to refer me to them after this. But it's like, I want to blow them away. Like, I want to go above and beyond. He's already said, like, this has been so valuable and so helpful for everyone in his church. And he's seen people come to life, and people he never knew who were warriors becoming warriors, which is great, but he hasn't seen anything yet. Like, man, imagine if I just went all in with it. And it's like, God has told me multiple times, go all in with this. And somehow I get distracted with the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And it's just, it's such a mental trap that I've gotten stuck in for years and years and years. And it is one of the greatest contributors to my wasted potential. It's like, if I picked one thing and went all in on it and had focused on it for years, all the things I created in the past, I would have already built something massive. I'd already be a multimillionaire. Like, I know how I operate when I'm focused, and when I'm laser focused, I'm unstoppable. And the creativity flows, and the confidence is there, and the passion and the fire and the excitement. Like, so it's just waking up to that, and it's very, very painful, but also very freeing. And so I'm pausing everything, I'm stopping everything, and I'm going all in on this church, these 200 people, and this pastor. And I'm going to do everything I can over the next 3 weeks to add as much value to them as I can, to steward them as much as I possibly can, to help them transform as much as I possibly can, to just give them my all, and really make God proud and show him that, hey, you can trust me. Jesus says whoever can be trusted with few can be trusted with many. And he's already shown me that he trusts me with few, so now he's given me many. You know, I went from doing the New Believers class, which had 25 people in it, to now doing this, which has 200 people. And so it's like, God has shown me, I trust you with few, I'm giving you more. But it's just like, man, don't waste it. And I think about the story of the talents, where God gave, or where God tells the story, Jesus tells the story of this master who leaves and goes away, and he gives each of his servants a talent, or basically like a bag of gold. And he came back, and the one who got 5 talents multiplied it into 10. And the one who got 2 talents multiplied it into 4. And the one who got 1 talent went and buried it in the ground and gave the master back his 1 talent. He said, "You wicked and evil servant," because God expects us to multiply things. What he gives us, he expects multiplication. And so I look at this and I'm like, wow, God has just given me a bag of talents. He's given me a bag of gold, which are 200 people to steward, 200 of his people, 200 of his warriors that don't know they're warriors because they don't know their calling. And he's given them to me to steward. And I've been focused on everything but them, except for 2 hours a night or 2 hours a week on a Thursday night. Like, that's really all the time I've given them. And it's so not okay. That's not stewarding God's people. So I'm just like, wow. So I'm going to spend all of my time moving forward, making this the most incredible program that I can, helping these people as much as I possibly can and stewarding them, and make God proud and make this pastor proud that he trusted me with his congregation. And just, I want to see these people, I want to see their potential unleashed. So yeah, just a huge awakening. Painful, such a painful slap in the face. But I needed it. It feels like freedom. So yeah, I'm so grateful that I'm doing this fast, because when you fast, it just gives you a different level of clarity on things. So yeah, so the call, I think, is in about an hour. I got to go shower, get ready, and yeah, thank you, Lord.